To the love of my life and soon-to-be wife, I love you, I love you, I love you. I can't hardly believe that our special day is finally here. So much has happened in the past 11 months, but the day we have planned for is upon us, and I couldn't be more excited very shortly to be able to call you my wife.
My soon-to-be husband. Can you believe it's finally our wedding day? I can't. I feel like it was just yesterday that I was getting off work at the salon and anxiously driving to meet you at the Peanut. I'm constantly amazed with how patient, kind, caring, and loving you are. I adore how much you love your family and make them a priority in your life. I'm even more amazed with the many ways that you love and care for me. I cannot wait to see you at 4:30. I love you with my whole heart. And everything in my being knows that this is the best moment of my life so far. You make me happy beyond words, and I am truly honored that you chose me to be your wife.
I take you, Sara, to be my wife, my partner in life, and my one true love. I will cherish our friendship and love you today, tomorrow, and forever. I will trust you and honor you. I will laugh with you and cry with you. I will love you faithfully through the best and the worst, through the difficult and the easy. Whatever may come, I will always be there. As I have given you my hand to hold, so I give you my life to keep.
I take you, Bryan, to be my husband, my partner in life, and my one true love. I'll cherish our friendship and love you today, tomorrow, and forever. Trust you and honor you. I'll laugh with you and cry with you. I'll love you faithfully through the best and the worst, through the difficult and the easy. Whatever may come, I will always be there. As I've given you my hand to hold, so I give you my life to keep.
I take you, Sara, to be my wife, to have and to hold in sickness and in health, for richer or poor, in joy and sorrow, for as long as we both shall live. Take this ring as a symbol of my love, and when you look upon this ring, and may you always think of me, my love for you.
I will. I take you, Bryan, to be my husband, to have and to hold in sickness and in health, for richer or poor, in joy or sorrow, for as long as we both shall live. Take this ring as a symbol of my love, and when you look upon this ring, may you always think of me and my love for you.
By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Bryan, you may kiss your bride.
It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. for trash, got a pocket full of cash we can blow. Shots of patrol.
I just want to start off by saying how truly lucky I am to have a big sister like Sara. She's been one of my biggest role models my entire life, and I've just always looked up to her so much. She gives me the best advice. I go to her for anything and everything. And I know if I ever need something, she's just a phone call away. She's absolutely beautiful inside and out and knows how to make me laugh until I cry. Sara truly is my very, very best friend. However, we have not always been best friends. Like any set of siblings, we bickered and argued a lot when we were younger. In fact, when I was 7, Sara told me to eat a piece of chocolate, telling me it was, the best piece of chocolate in the entire world. And it turned out to be a chocolate-covered coffee bean, and it tasted like death. I'm serious, it was bad. Although my favorite story of Sara and I took place in the bathtub. But before I get into that, I do have to provide a little bit of background information. So Sara and I loved Barbies when we were growing up. Obsession would be an understatement, considering we had an entire closet full in our house when we were younger. And there was always a small difference between our Barbies, and that was our Ken dolls. My Ken doll had this thick mane of luscious synthetic hair that could be styled and moved, aka real hair Ken. And Sara's Ken doll basically had a plastic helmet for hair. It did not move, and it always made her mad. So we were in the bath one night, arguing per usual, and I finally had enough. Sara always won every fight, so I had to put my foot down. So I stand up, I had bubble bath bubbles all over me, and I put my hands on my hips, and I said, "Oh yeah? Well, I have real hair Ken." And Sara's jaw just dropped. There was nothing she could say. All she could say was what we call a huffy breath, which is like, and it was the best comeback ever. There's never been a better comeback until I go up to go to bed that night to find real hair Ken with all of his hair cut off. Still a little bitter, not gonna lie. Although Sara now has something better than all of the real hair Ken dolls in the world. She has Bryan. Bryan, I love you dearly. I'm so excited to finally call you a brother. You're truly one of the best guys there is, and I am so thankful for the love and happiness you bring into my sister's life. Sorry. Sorry.
You're okay.
I can't wait to see what the future has to hold for you two and your love story. And I know your love will last a lifetime. What you two share is truly rare, and I know you two are perfect together. So with that said, I'd like to raise a glass to Mr. and Mrs. Mai. May your love allow all of your tomorrows be better than your yesterdays. Cheers. Cheers.
You guys give her a big round of applause.
Thank you. Good. I love you.
When Bryan asked me to say a few words on his behalf, over the last several months I've been thinking about this and giving it a lot of thought and consideration. And it's, you start to reflect on, growing up and being an older brother and trying to be a role model for, two younger brothers and keeping them in line, and you start to realize that maybe you weren't the best role model sometimes. And I was hearing some stories even today that we had overlooked and forgotten about, and Chad and I looked at each other and said, really, we tied you to a chair in front of the church channel?
And I'd like to think that it was all for your personal growth and development. And it's developed you into the well-rounded young man that he is today. Bryan is awful, as you know, many of you know, Bryan is quiet and reserved, very well-intentioned, very considerate, and very particular. He's very selective. And when, as Bryan was going through his 20s, he never talked about girls he was dating. And so when he started to talk about a girl, that was kind of a big deal. And I remember there was a conversation where I'm talking to him on the phone, and I generally talk to Bryan on the phone when I'm driving home from work. It's just kind of our time to catch up and spend time together, and we do that probably a couple times a week. And he tells me about this girl and even tells me her name, and details are not, communication can be a struggle for guys anyway, so details are generally not in abundance, but when he says this girl's name is Sara, that starts to open some eyes as well, and you're like, wow, there must be something really happening here. This is real. And then a couple weeks later, a couple months later, he says, I'm going to take Sara home to meet Mom. And so then we were like, well, tell us more about this girl. And, are you going to stop in Waukene and see Pop and Grandma? And that's when you really start to appreciate and kind of know that, Bryan has probably found a partner in life that he is growing to love and building a relationship with every day and building a lot of trust. And I remember when he took her home and was very proud and very happy, and that was a big opportunity for him. And I know Mom was very proud of that as well. And that it was, like I said, as we started to appreciate and recognize that this relationship was really something, there were others in our family that also recognized that, including our grandfather, our late grandfather, Papa Mai, who also started to kind of sense some of these things, and left a note for Bryan and Sara for this day. So if I were to leave you with a couple of things that I've kind of learned in my years of marriage with Jordan, and wherever you are, changing tables. I think the first thing that I've, like I said, gone through life and marriage and words of wisdom that have been imparted on me and things that I struggle with and still learn and try to do better today as a father and a husband. I think the first thing I would say is trust. Trust is kind of the ultimate human currency. Be vulnerable, be honest, be genuine. Love is kind of unbridled, and embrace that every day. The other thing I would say is be all in. And by all in, that's a bit of something for you guys to be all in together. But for all of us, your entire support system that are here for you today, to be all in. And what I mean by that is, let's all raise a hand. Everyone raise a hand. Now raise it higher. So that's all in, right? Because why is our natural default setting to kind of be halfway? Is it because, well, I don't want him to call on me? Or is it just because we tend to kind of start halfway and never get quite to where we should be and know that we could be if we were all in the first place? So take the time to be all in into each other and with each other and everything that you do and you come across. And then the other thing I would leave you with is God. And again, this is something we work with and try to keep in our lives as well, is make God a part of your lives and a part of your marriage. Not God when, we'll do it after we have kids, we'll do it after I finish school, we'll do it after this. Keep God in your life every day, and not God if this happens, we'll do that, or if we could only do this, we would do that. Make God a part of your life and everything that you guys do, and I think it'll do wonderful things for you. As Jordan and I have gone through our journey as well. And the one thing that Papa and I did leave with us in our wedding that was very kind of impactful, He was talking about some of the German blessing that I'll share with you guys. As you now are entering into a German name, you'll have lots of mispronunciations of your last name. And you will also receive lots of Asian-oriented mail, because they will all think you are from China or Asia. Yes. He said, the one thing, is for the 3 my boys to carry on the my name, to have children. He said, as you work through your marriage and welcome children into your family, have lots of little mice. So welcome lots of little mice into your children or to your family as well, as your 2 older brothers have. And that blessing is, may God be with you and bless you. May you see your children's children. May you be poor in misfortune and rich in blessing. And may you know nothing but happiness from this day forward. So if you're all in for Bryan and Sara,
is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. Just say I do. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I want